Hey guys, Earshot here with another Pro Tools 10 tutorial. Today I will be discussing audio editing and file management techniques. Now I won't be going in depth into audio editing or file management for that matter, but I'll show you guys some ways you can do things in Pro Tools to help you with a session that's very large. Now I do want to apologize for not posting videos in a while. I'm going to be posting videos about once a week now. So if you like my Pro Tools tutorials or any other tutorials that I do, subscribe to my page and like my videos. All right, let's get started. I have a voiceover here of a client of mine, and let's take a listen to it first.
Leth, I think one of the drones is making a suicide run at the station. Leth, I think one of the drones is making a suicide run at the station.
Now, this audio was recorded very well. There was no clicks and pops in between the spaces. It's not clipping at all. But let's say there were clicks and pops in between these spaces here, and you wanted to get rid of them so you wouldn't hear them. The best way to do that is using strip silence. Now, in order to use strip silence, you have to have an audio region selected. So select your audio region and hit Command U. That brings up your strip silence window here. And as you can see, it created borders around my audio, and it's going to be deleting this here. You can adjust your strip silence threshold here, the top one, and there's a negative right now, so by going up you can adjust it, or by going down. So let's go up a tad bit. You can adjust the clip start and clip end in milliseconds here. So let's do that. Let's zoom in here, hitting, well, we have to have that selected first. Hit T, click this button here, and you can hit T and you zoom in on audio regions. Let's do a clip end here. Clip start's fine for the most part. And clip end here, adjust it real quick. Alright, that looks about right. Maybe my clip end over here. Alright, that's fine. Now I'm moving left and right using an Apple mouse, so that's very convenient for me. So if you guys don't have one, then that's how I'm wondering how I'm zooming or moving left and right. That's what I'm doing. I'm just swiping my finger left and right on my Bluetooth Apple mouse, and that's how I'm doing that. All right, so in order to do this, just hit strip, and bam, you got separated regions here with no silence in them. And this is great for drums if you want to do some adjust some drums with some heavy bleeding in them. You can take the bleeding out of the silences so they're not in the audio as much. Now let's talk about fading these regions. This is another audio technique that's utilized in order to do some great transitioning between an edit that's created. So in order to do this, you have to have your grid on. So if this is not highlighted, your grid is off. As you see, there's no grid in the background. So click it and it turns on your grid. And my grid, you can adjust grid values by this right arrow here, tiny little right little arrow pointing down, and you can change it to whatever, whole notes. And let me go down to 30-second notes to do this. Now, I want to create a quick fade here. So I select the region, select the bigger one, and just hit F. That creates that fade there. Now, you can also create a fade by going to the top left here of a region and just drag it out. You can adjust it using your trim tool. If it's not selected, your trim tool is right here. So make sure that's selected in order to adjust it. There's another way to do it. Give me a second here. It's the bottom left of a region. This normally will create a crossfade, but since there's no regions next to the one already selected, it just creates a fade. Now, you can customize your fade by double clicking the fade that you created. Let's try this, do that again. Double click, and it brings this fades window, and you can customize your fades by clicking standard here. Let's go down to equal gain standard, and you can just click up here and you can adjust it however you want. Now you can do an S curve, which is pretty cool. Make the S curve bigger, smaller, however you want. Or you can just go to this bottom one and it has presets of fades and just hit OK, and bam, your fade is created there. That's great for, like I said before, transitioning from an edit, or maybe you didn't exactly cut at a zero crossing for those audio nerds out there, and the audio sounds weird without a fade, but it sounds weird with just a normal fade. You would just try adjusting or customizing your fade to make it work. Now let's discuss some file management techniques here. The best way to do this in Pro Tools is to manage your audio anyways, is this little right arrow down here, and you just click it and it brings up this clips region, clips list, or regions list. There's like 3 names for it, but let's get rid of this. Let's hit OK. As you can see, there's a lot of audio in my session. You may be wondering where it's at because there's only 1 track in here with audio. Well, I just have them hidden. If you click this arrow here, you can see I have these hidden here. I drag down, there's a bunch of audio down here that my client recorded, and there's playlists in these specific tracks, and that's how I got all these over here. Now let me hide all those because we don't need them and they're in the way right now. Now if I was looking for a specific name or something like that, the best way to do that is clicking this right arrow up here. It's called the clip list pop-up, and you just hit the find button there and search for a name. Now you got to make sure this by name is checked too. Let's search for the name called Leth in here, character that my client created, and as you can see to the right, it has all the regions named left, or audio named left in my session here. Now if I wanted to delete all these, I would just select the top one, hold shift, select the bottom one, and selects all of them. Hit the clip list pop-up again and just go to clear, and then you're going to have 2 options, either to delete it from your hard drive or delete it from your session. If you delete it from your hard drive, it's completely deleted, so that's how that would work. And let's get rid of Left's name here, hit OK. Now this would be since I have all this audio in here in my clips regions list, I have a big session. The bigger the session, the more memory. So the best way to get less memory in a project, if you're done doing whatever you're doing in your project, is just go to the clip pop-up arrow again, and then go to select and unused, and it's going to select all your unused audio that's not being used in your project, and you just right click on a shaded one and hit clear, and it's going to give you the option to delete it from your hard drive or from your session. I will recommend doing it from your session just in case you need the audio from your hard drive, so that you're so you can use it again. Just drag it in to Pro Tools or import it. This clears out memory from the project if you're going to transfer from a different studio or wherever you're working. So that's all I got for you guys today. I will be discussing more topics in the future, like I said, about once a week. So if you guys like this tutorial and want to know more, just subscribe to my page. And thanks for watching. Earshock out.